Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran, and today we are doing a tag. And this tag is a lot of reflection on our last year and a little bit of planning for the future. I was tagged for this one by the Unexpected Sage. You should check, if you have not done so, check out her videos. She actually has like the most clean, healthy, delicious looking food that I salivate every time I watch her videos. But anyway, I was tagged and I am so excited to do this. So let's get to this. And as part of a tag, I am tagging a couple people. The first person I'm tagging is Miss Shiwi. She has a channel. Her videography skills have become like amazing. I sit in awe at what she does. She's lately been doing these silent videos of her day, and all you hear is music and you see her live her day. And it's just neat how she tells the story without the words, without anything. And it's spot on. And some of them, and even the music she's picking is like uplifting and awesome. Like if I just sit and listen to the music, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. So definitely check her out. Next, I'm tagging Stephanie 57 Weight Loss Journey. She's out here, she's living it. She's working to be a better person and get her weight under control and be better fit. And her stuff is good. The next tag is Living Positively Today. And if you haven't checked her out, she is actually big on healing, big on making herself better and recovering from life's woes. And definitely check her out also. So, without further ado, let's get to the questions. Number 1, who did you spend New Year's Eve with and what did you do? Well, let me tell you, Jason and I were together and we stayed home. He actually worked on New Year's Eve, and when he got home, we just hung out together. We are used to going to bed at about 9 because we wake up at 5 every morning. So our New Year's Eve consisted of us watching some TV and eating dinner and enjoying each other's company. Number 2, what did you toast with on New Year's Eve? Well, we really didn't toast anything, but I was drinking at that point. I believe I had Seagram's ginger ale. I think that's what I was drinking. And I did that because I had coupons on Ibotta. And, well, I'm working to save money, and that's money in my pocket. So I was drinking Seagram's ginger ale when I had the coupons. I think Jason probably just had a beer. Nothing fancy for us. Number 3, do you make New Year's resolutions? And if you do, what are they? So yeah, I don't really make resolutions. I do use the new year as a time to sit back, reevaluate where I am, reevaluate where I want to be, and set goals to try to get to where I want to be. So technically no for resolutions, but I do set goals just because it's the perfect time. Number 5, if you could have 3 wishes for the year 2025, what would it be? To win the lottery. I mean, can I count that as one of them? But let's talk about things that are like actually more realistic. I want to have a job that pays me comparable to what I was making or more, that I love. That would be a huge wish for me. I'm, very worried about getting a job that I love, getting a job that actually pays me what I was making, combining the two of those together. I'm quite fearful that I end up working a job that I don't like. So yeah, that's a huge wish for me. So that's 1. Number 2, my wish is to get healthy. Plain and simple. I want to get healthy, and I want my finances to be healthy too. So finances, health, and career. Number 6, what life pearl of wisdom would you give people for 2025? This is actually something that I picked up the other day in a workout video. I actually talked about it in my video that posted, I think it was Tuesday. And it was like, ain't no one gonna do it for you. Don't sit back and expect someone to do it for you, because ain't no one gonna do it. The only one that can do it is you. Number 7, if you could travel to any place, no limits, in 2025, where would it be? no limits. There's so many. There's a whole lot of stuff that I want to see in the world. Choosing one. I can't choose one. In the United States, it would be Hawaii or it would be Maine. I've always wanted to go to Acadia National Park, but Hawaii sounds amazing. Should I just pick one out of every continent? I don't know. I've actually heard parts of Africa are like stunning, and it is life-changing when you go. So I've always wanted to see that. However, I just let it go there. I'm just going to say, sign me up and I will just go and I will probably be happy. I mean, as long as I have creature comforts. Number 8, do you have any regrets for 2024? I really don't know that I have any regrets. I mean, I wish I would have told my mom one more time that I loved her, but it's not really a regret because I did tell her that I loved her. I did spend time with her. I was there with her. But, you know, you always say, could I have said it one more time? Number 9, what is your favorite memory of 2024? Man, these are hard questions. Favorite memory. You know, it's kind of morbid, but I have some really good memories from my mom's funeral and the graveside funeral at that. The week before my mom's funeral, we actually had been starting to clean out our house, and I had found some hats. I actually did a video of me trying hats on, and I was there with my nephew, and I was like, I should wear this to Grandma's funeral. And they were like, dare ya? So, didn't wear it to the funeral, but when we got to the graveside, I plopped that hat onto my head, and I wore her hat to the graveside. And, you know, my niece and nephews made the comment, they're like, when we saw you wearing that hat, Grandma's hat, we just laughed. Number 1, it was her hat, so how could she complain? Well, she can't complain anyway, but it was in honor of her. But number 2, it was levity in a situation. The other memory that I just can't get over is actually the urn that we put my mom in, which technically wasn't an urn. My mom loved redbirds, and she had redbirds around the house, and she had this cookie jar that she loved. And so we were sitting at the funeral home. We were sitting at the funeral home preparing, and we started to talk about an urn because we were cremating my mom so that she could be buried in the same grave plot as my dad. And so we were there, and he's like, no, we need to talk about urns. He says, you know, you can bring something in, or you can, you know, buy one. And so we started to think about bringing one in. And my sister-in-law was like, started laughing. And she's like, no. And I was like, no, you have something good. Tell us. She goes, well, you know, your mom loved redbirds. I'm like, well, yeah, she did. And she was like, she has a cookie jar. And just so you know, my mom was Snooki's Cookies. That was her business. So she was known as the cookie lady. So we buried Mom in a cookie jar. And that's not the greatest thing. The cookie jar was pretty. And the flower arrangement that they had the cookie jar in the middle of was gorgeous. So we're leaving the graveside. And of course, you know, we've said our respects and we've said goodbye to Mom, who's in the urn, cookie jar. And we're walking away, and somebody at the graveside looks at me and was like, don't forget to get that gorgeous cookie jar. And I looked at that person and was like, I can't. I know I didn't mean to do it that way, but it came out kind of like as a whisper, I can't. Mom's in there. And the person's eyes got big. They're like, oh my goodness. And, you know, Mom would have laughed. My dad would have been roaring with laughter. I don't know. That's just when you said, what is your favorite memory? That's the memory that came back. So yeah, just kind of fun. My family's kind of unique, I guess. Number 10, what are the top 3 YouTube channels that you watch at this time? Now, I'm actually going to do this in terms of Jason and I. I actually have channels that I watch individually, like channels that I watch on here, such as the ones that I tagged. Jason has his own channels that he watches there. The channels that we watch together, Kara and Nate, when we see something come on, we do them. They are a travel couple. They started traveling 7, 8, 9 years ago, something like that. They had saved up all of their money and had enough money to travel for a year and decided to travel for a year, and then they would get back to life. When the year was up, they weren't ready to get back, and they have been traveling since then. Their videos are good. They do crazy things. They go crazy places. They're just kind of fun. Next up is another travel channel, and that is the Endless Adventure. Now, Endless Adventure, these guys are a little quirky, but they're fun because they're more down to earth. They're not, stuff they do is more everyday stuff. Nate and Kara are awesome, but they're doing like outrageous things, like going to Africa and, visit. Like they're doing outrageous things like going to the Antarctic and stuff like that. Endless Adventures, they do more down to earth things. They're just more of a normal couple, although they are just kind of a little quirky, but I still watch them. Last but not least is B. Dylan Hollis. He is someone that basically does very short form video, and they're hysterical. He finds recipes out of old cookbooks from the 20s, from the 30s, and he starts his video. This is a recipe from 1964. And he's trying these recipes from the past. And some of them are just nuts. And he tries them, and he's just charismatic. When he breaks an egg, the eggies, he puts his eggies in, and when he puts in baking powder, it's not baking powder, it's baking floof. Very short form. It's 60 seconds. You're going to see the whole video. You're going to see it made. You're going to see it done, and you're going to see him try it. And yes, he does try stuff that he pretty much spits out. Sometimes he's surprised, but his stuff is good. But anyway, those are the tag questions for today. Don't forget to check out the Unexpected Saga, and hopefully we'll have some other tags that we can watch, and we'll be able to see them and see their answers too. No excuses.